breathtaking potentially. Fnatic flawless thus far. Same to be said for EG, but only one can walk away from this with that clean record in place. EG on that defending side, Fnatic on the attack. Let's find out who draws blood first.
So it might actually become setting up here for a play outside the door with a fault line, but Fnatic haven't, again, now the sound cue comes through. Demon 1 posted up pretty deep on this, but Dirk will be able to slip away behind the smoke.
Let's see how quickly EG can respond, because Fnatic are very quick on the pivot. This puts a lot of pressure on Boostio. Got a little bit of his setup there, but he's playing slightly in front of it, and he gets dealt with. Chronicle takes him down with ease. The site's now open. They shifted so quickly from that even just attempt at drawing out that pressure on C to this A piece, and the plant should be coming in uncontested.
Safe as well for Tree. There's a very deep position here for Boaster and Durka to be dug out of by EG. It's actually the focal point is going to become potentially through archway or ropes here.
Still a couple of smokes in play though. They can at least allow some safe passage back through, but they got to get a move on here. A lot of positions hard to clear out for EG. Fnatic's taking very deep. Chronicle unchecked on, gets away with destroying Ethan. D1 does respond, but again, time ticking and a lot of bodies to find. 4 still standing, make it against just the 2 now. Jorgmo and Com, nothing to be done here. Beautiful work from Fnatic. Mike, roll it back to the start of that round for me.
I mean, this is actually really interesting, because Boostio, it looks as if he puts an anti-plant setup, so the fact that he's looking to swing off his turret, I don't think he has any ability to retreat from this. This is a very committed position. You can see the alarm bot here on default, turret on top, and actually a nano swarm inside site here. It's all to deny the plant or buy a little time, stall out. Because again, just to come back to something the Des touched on, Solo Omen, the strength of this composition for EG doesn't lie in retakes. We saw how long it took them to set up and wait for some of that utility to come back online and people to be in the right position.
EG trying to get a little proactive this time around. Classics in a frenzy for Demon 1, but that's all she wrote. And you can see how hyper-aware Fnatic are of this, sitting very deep. We are seeing that Marshall back out, but plenty of rifles to supplement too. That's going to be handled, and they're trying to get that trap piece again. Durka does fall away, but they are very heads up about this. Fnatic looking very composed after some, I guess, of these pieces have caught teams out. EG was able to make a lot of these work very well. However, this time Durka's on the case, and the second they crest that corner, they're more than likely dead.
Find themselves a wide open A site here, other than Com. Only a classic in hand. Durka still trying to farm up. Couple of kills here with the Marshal. We know it's usually the cornerstone of round 2 sort of purchase from Fnatic, but he will get an upgrade here with 4 bodies on the other side. I think rightfully so. I'm going to try and prioritize the showstopper progress.
It's still being quite cautious on the side. There is a player there. I think that's Com, just kind of tucked up towards the top side of the A site. Trade, not bad. That's a rifle, not completely available.
Really?
Oh God, hold on, hold on. Boostio's going nuts. There's a rifle and a Marshal now recoverable within range. Luckily for them, they've got Chronicle and Leo digging in their heels. This round should not have been a problem, and Chronicle is making that the case. Time now. Not a lot to play with, but a little bit of movement here for Demon 1. What can he do? Alpha and Leo just about slipping through at the end of that door, maybe finding a little bit of a gap to work with, but listen to that clock ticking. He has to give away his position. And Alpha sitting deep. Leo making sure he's not slipped the side just yet, and now they know it. Beautifully played by Fnatic in the end, but there were dangers made there.
It wasn't actually, even here with Demon 1, finding the Vandal. You almost want to see him play time here and force Fnatic to fall to the spike. Gets a Phantom and a Bulldog. Boostio.
Beautiful.
I mean, making this look like a rifle, honestly, with the second. A big gap here between Boaster and Dirk, and like I said, EG unfortunately can't actually follow through with that. Chronicle key in that regard.
They're the players you want there though, right? Chronicle and Leo just in those sort of positions, throwing Alpha as well. Very, very safe pair of hands. Getting Fnatic to that second round here. A little bit of a different start for EG, a new conundrum to deal with. This time around they've got that buy though. Let's see what they've got coming out for us here. Fnatic probably going to take their time, and I told a lie. There's no time to be taken. Dirk has already taken down Boostio, and that's a C-site on a platter. Boostio a couple of times now getting punished early.
See as well how much control they really receive off his utility here. So it's going to pull Com towards the entrance of B and also Jorgamo over towards C, but actually, preemptively, Ethan's headed this way as well. I guess on the back of Demon 1's forward position on Rubble. Fnatic on the back of the opener. Probably identified the correct thing, which is actually there's a gap towards B. Retrieve the orb for the time being. Fnatic really waiting out aggression.
Dropping spike.
So taking the tour for the ult's really coming through as well. Gonna get that in hand. Leo only one away now. Chronicle 2 off, building up very nicely. And there's that kind of late round aggression coming out from EG, but look at who's waiting. Chronicle, so heads up from Fnatic. They knew exactly what EG wanted to achieve. Ethan, though, can't do anything about it. Alpha slides in, takes him out of this. And now, well, B was looking likely. Oh, Jorgo can't do enough. Desperate attempt, but there's still 3 alive for Fnatic. 20 seconds now. Spike does need to cross, and it makes it there. Alpha gets there safely. And Fnatic very prepared here, Mike.
Right, I think we've seen EG trail by 3. Obviously, considering the pistol round win rate, and actually even a couple in there when they concede, how many times they're able to flip round 2 as well. It's another situation where Boostio, a little ahead of the curve. He's solo towards C site here, and he's caught up in the gravity well. I don't know if he's looking to maybe just jump spot, but as soon as that star goes down, you have to respect it. Some sheriffs will come in here, frenzy in the hands of Ethan, but no blade storm, so I don't know how much damage EG are really going to be able to do here.
Durka, unafraid. Stepping through A pretty quickly, clearing as he goes. Boostio just be trying to sit a little deeper this time. But Durka could go for a little bit of pressure on this. He's sitting quite deep on the A side, so no one's really there to help Boostio here, so he's got to be careful to not go down first.
Durka digging a little deeper here, though. Fnatic still going through the motions. Like I said, actually playing very slowly here, waiting out some of these peaks from Evil Geniuses, and once again, Boostio punished.
Now what can the others do? Any chance on this? I mean, it looked initially like that A kind of exec was coming in, but they've kind of adjusted round towards B. Initial attempt denied. Pop flash goes in. Ethan tries to come through. Both are going to find him. Nice work from Fnatic, keeping everything tied up. No opportunities here for EG. Chocobo and Demon 1. Okay, that's not bad, but it's a lot of work to be even considering this dangerous.
Cover going out.
Actually, yeah, Demon 1 getting a little bit ahead of Chocobo here. Will fall, Leo will clean it up. Very clean anti-eco here. Bosa falls, yes, but Fnatic have got themselves a huge cushion here in terms of the economy. Some of these ultimates starting to come online as well.
Yep.
And that first half versus Paper X got to be sticking in EG's head. Obviously, last time Fnatic were on the defense, but they went 12-0.
This map has sat wonderfully for Fnatic. I think it has been one of the strongholds. They actually were also able to take down the likes of Foot, which was also, I know we keep referencing that. Maybe if you don't watch EMEA, you're like, why the hell are they bringing up Foot? Well, they were the specialists on this map throughout that EMEA regular season. They looked almost untouchable. Fnatic managed it. But here, I like this coming in from EG, a quick timeout. It's early. We know they have protocols up till about this round to be able to depend upon, but they need to get a grip on some of their players here.
Absolutely. I come back to a point. I mean, we haven't seen EG really trail. We haven't seen that, you know, the troubleshooting on the fly. They've been in a position where they can actually execute the strat book just round by round. And the Des were touching on this, how many different looks they have for some of these util combos and building entire set pieces around orb farming and just reliant on one or two, you know, pieces of utility or an ultimate to tie things together. So be curious, this is definitely one you want to be a fly on the wall for in terms of the timeout, and
gosh, yeah,
really see how they're going to approach things, because even one actually going to pick up the operator here. So,
and I'm just happy seeing that Fnatic have set this tone, right? And this is now the first time we get to see EG tested like this. It's so visceral, it's so in front of you. We've never seen them put, you know, in this sort of position so clearly. Fnatic are really prepared. They are pulling no punches. This is Fnatic in full form. Just heads up, this is the best we've seen them look. They are absolutely nailing this. Now, do they hit a pace change after this timeout? Looks pretty pacey, at least for Durka, but again, could be just take that similar space he's been doing, set that precedent that he will be taking this space every single round.
Operator on the other side of the map here, Boaster. Anyone really in any sort of risk. Almost pause for the time being, but Boostio again.
He's got to stop this.
Yeah.
He's going to be kicking himself. Again, Boostio's been incredible to watch.
Absolutely.
But here, it feels like he's getting a little ahead of himself, wants to be that difference maker.
It feels like they're hunting him.
I mean, Durka's been on that case every single time. He's absolutely had him dead to rights. Now, the lean towards the site, though. Look at the progress. Nice hold there from Com. Going to take away Durka from this, but they still continue to commit. Spike's going to go down, the Viper's Pit's going to come up. That's in, obviously, off the back of Chronicle, making lovely early progress.
Does Jorgamo check for boost? Boaster's not spotting him either. Did they both pop into smokes there at the same time?
I'm not sure, but...
I think Boaster went into Astral form.
Jorgamo's just slipped through. This
I mean, there's an alarm bot here anyway, but Alpha can be swung onto.
Flash, really good timing. Does he want to make the most of it? Yes! Great work from Jorgamo. The flash was perfect to get Alpha. And now Boaster, I mean, his position's a little weird. Coming through from Link, I guess Jorgamo might even consider that. But the other two, remember who's still standing? Leo and Chronicle. Nasty little players. The bait on the door. The late time through, but there they are. Chronicle and Leo holding this down. And they're running low on time. They're running out of players. Fnatic still hold form. 5 now on the board.
That was crazy to see Jorgamo and Boaster not spot each other out. And again, with Boostio falling first, that util isn't there to pick up the lurk. The awareness is there for Boaster to have a little bit of freedom. And yeah, I don't know if this is indicative of what we're going to see going forward, but EG definitely need to switch things up. Bladestorm available now. Some of these ultimates getting a little closer, but a 5-0 scoreline here.
Okay, looks quite simplistic from Fnatic, just clean into the site. Obviously a set piece, smokes up, everything that they need, and the plant should follow. Oh yeah, nowhere to go on that one, really, Comp. Chipped away at pretty early, but has to respect this. Spike is down. Stingers, couple of sheriffs. Where's that danger going to come from? Demon 1, actually, he popped knives. Oh, that's a little much. Alpha making light work of both of them. Ethan down very low as well. It's just not enough threat coming through from this comp. Gonna get caught up. Lovely from Fnatic again. Just dealing with any danger. Yes, it got a little bit dicey when you heard the knives coming out, but beyond that, this is comfy from Fnatic.
Clinical.
Very much
honestly, so. Honestly, have barely had a look in, other than round 2, really the one that stands out. That's felt like they've really put up any resistance, and the energy is totally different on stage right now.
Yeah, this is I love seeing Fnatic in this form because, again, I'm a Durka enjoyer. You know what? When he's popping off, fantastic. But then also, you've got to look at your Chronicles, your Alphas, and Leos. These investments, these upgrades to their players are just shining, especially on this map. I feel like it's sat with them so well here. Live into this one, Fnatic, with, once again, a brutal piece towards C, and Boostio has to play this right. He's been struggling to find his footing here.
Playing much further back here, the lockdown available, but pop preemptively here, so EG aren't really gonna gain much off this, even if the paint shell lands as well. Boostio falls once again.
He's finding nothing here. Sight's theirs. Demon 1 on the flank, sure, but he's got to get past Chronicle, who is hitting big form, and the stall from him is sublime. Stunned up, he's trying to get away, he does so as well, readjusts quickly, thinking quick on his feet, turns the flash, he's still standing, he's still firing, and he's still taking 2 down. Ethan finally trades it, but by now, what are you meant to do? You're a mile away from the site.
Round's done. You can see on Ethan's face as well, this is getting a little bit frustrating. Look at what it takes to even try and dig Chronicle out of that position. And I'm not sure if just the game plan is completely off here, but Fnatic, it's bread and butter. They're not really doing anything special right now. It's not as if they're resorting back to that choreography that we've seen them employ so many times.
Now they've got a death grip on this game. 7 rounds, sitting so favorably. Ethan just trying to keep hold of that rifle, which he is going to achieve. But that first kill, again, Boostio, I'm worried about this player. And on the other side, you look at the 9-day difference, you got someone like Chronicle just, you know, coming alive on these stages. You know, you'd think about pressure. It's a lot with Fnatic. You wouldn't want to, I guess if your expectations are being pushed here, they're coming up against that Cinderella story run from EG, Fnatic could have faltered to that. They could have had an issue. Second time out now for EG.
It's not actually too surprising to see this because they're not looking like themselves today.
I mean, you heard it in the interview. I mean, how many times have they discussed the kind of respect, the shaping themselves after Fnatic to an extent, but now they're facing them in the server. Yeah, it's a very tough tool.
Yeah,
tough
sure.
task.
I mean, you imitate a team or you take inspiration so heavily from a team, maybe there's an element of fear here and maybe a little bit of nerves, honestly, coming up
100%.
against the ones that are the best in the business at doing this. But I'm just looking at player cams. Like I said, this is a stark contrast.
Yeah, Potter's trying to get him going. You can see it. Potter is marching orders.
She's spitting.
But EG needs to turn up. There is something to be said about the fear of the name, right? You're playing against, arguably, I mean, debatably, maybe, I don't even know at this point. I think it's holding pretty true at this scoreline. The best in their ROMs, right? Like straight down that roster, you can maybe compare and contrast, but they're always in the conversation, every single one of these. So if you're EG, who are these underdogs, these kind of, you know, upstarts you want to see do well, you've looked at these players, you've looked at how they play, what they do, and now you have to take them down. All those 50-50s feel like 70-30s. It doesn't feel as favorable anymore, but they need to get back online here. Otherwise, they're going to go out with a whimper, and it's going to just mar everything they've tried to achieve here. Back to business. Fnatic testing the waters, and that quick pivot back towards A. Well, for now.
Fault line set up. Either mound or outside B here. Might just see the double satchel in once again. Boombot doesn't take contact actually, and Dirk is just going to be posted up here. We'll be able to retrieve the orb. And options are plenty now. With two members of Fnatic already pushed up towards Rubble, past the doorway even, and nobody from EG over on this side of the map.
Does Fnatic double pump? They could, technically. I mean, this is on Fnatic. They can paint this picture however they feel. EG just trying to mirror them around the map, but they're going to be behind the curve. Little slowdown here from Fnatic to try and clear things meticulously, but now they're going to take towards the side. Paint shell goes in. Smokes are up. There's 5 players standing up towards the top of A. If they try and waterfall out off the back of a flash, it could be pretty tasty, but Durka's position actually could be very valuable. 4 slightly deeper. EG take back towards the site. 30 seconds now. Durka delivers towards Demon 1. Showstopper set, he's still going to do it all himself! Welcome to playing against the big boys. Durka is just built a little different. Fnatic unfaltering in their approach. Prime gaming flawless.
You see Fnatic just waiting for EG to pull out a set piece.
Yep.
For so long, for like 15 to 20 seconds, they're just poised here.
One enemy remaining.
And the thing is, you look at what the best things EG have shown us at this event, it's around util-heavy compositions and being able to put those set pieces in motion. And we're not seeing it here with this composition. We're seeing a couple of times where, you know, Com's lining up a fault line or something, but we're not seeing flashes out from Ethan. EG taking space away from Fnatic, punishing the extremities, addressing the back line. We're just not seeing any of the positives that we've seen from EG.
No, they're struggling to find any of this impact. Testing over towards Mound. Durka consistently has been finding this pick as well. I mean, he's been consistently killing everyone, if I'm being honest. Jorgamo is the one trying to hold a little bit of that space and territory on the C site. We've got Demon 1 pushed up deep towards A. Beyond that, it's patience from Fnatic.
I mean, bear in mind, last time we saw EG here versus Foot, Boostio put up the kill record at a VCT Masters event, 35 kills. And the pace at which they were playing versus Foot, you could tell there was a difference in respect. They were happy to take the fight to them. Here, EG, it feels like they're up against the ropes from the get-go.
Yeah. Flash, noted players. Demon 1's got to get the timing right on this. He's going to be known to be close by as well. They're running the clock very low, 35 seconds. They haven't fully committed just yet. There's the first challenger. Demon 1 holding his ground, though. And the spike, where are you going with this? Is it a B finish? They've got to get a move on. 25 seconds here. Fnatic are running this so late. Again, look at the spike. 18 seconds now. Durka does find comp.
But EG is scrambling to see. B's been left wide open other than Ethan.
He's noted it, but he's down to 18. But the player who can make the difference is Demon 1. He's got to land the shot, though. He's up against Durka. He can't do it. Ball going down with 6 seconds remaining. Boostio maybe save the day. Jorgamo's there. They're trying the best they can. Finally, they get the round.
1 on the board. There's still a mountain to climb to recover this half now. If they can string this together, there's a chance, but it's a fine, fine margin. That's what I gotta say, Fnatic play into EG's hands, honestly, in terms of leaving this so late. The crowd's still behind them.
Oh God, Boostio. Oh God. He's got to try and play safe on this one. If he goes down early again, This can be done for it, and they're eyeing up the B site, right? So it's like setups there. He's playing a little bit more towards connector. He's playing with a stack. It's a 4-man lean towards A, leaving Jorgamo in a really precarious position. He's got Boaster sitting super deep on the other side. They've given up the B site. The pressure's gonna come back in, and Boaster wins the fight. Jorgamo's gone down. They've got so much control on this. Very few avenues of approach. Back in for EG and a pivot. Straight over towards C. This is gonna be heard. The door's obviously gonna be noted. And Com? I mean, he's got a Bulldog. What are you meant to do with this?
Dirk has been posted up in the lurk as well. There's 3 members of EG on B site.
They've got no idea. Now they do. Demon One turns around on a dime. Okay, that's kind of surprising that went that way, but fair play. Even numbers now. Aren't going to be coming down much faster here. EG creeping pretty close, though. Leo's caught Boostio. It's just getting chaotic now. Chronicle trying to at least keep this favorable to Fnatic, which they've done.
That covers the spike as well. The pit spreads over default here. EG in a 2v3, but
No flash.
lots to navigate their way through.
No dogs. So little for them to play with. Com's got nothing as well. It's just the guns in their hands. What are you meant to do with this one? Oh, an attempt. Yeah, and it's going to fall. Chronicle set this up to perfection. I think Com knows it. He can't do anything about it. Fnatic, again, the pace in which they are pivoting around this map is just unbelievable. Com just needs to back away and try and keep himself standing, but Fnatic looking very good, Mike. Instantly replying.
Let's see if, obviously, Demon 1 down to 3 for the, I didn't note the Blade Storm progress, but that 1 round so far for EG looking like a blip.
Yep.
1 off the lockdown, 1 off the Blade Storm. There's a couple of options here, potentially. Again, we're testing the in-game leadership here with both timeouts used. Like I said, we're relying now on troubleshooting on the fly, problem solving, which EG haven't had to rely on.
It's such a broken purchase, Guardian, Bulldog. 1 away, I think, from the Blade Storm, but look at the early challenge. Okay, Demon's going to land that. That's going to be knives available.
Is that the first blood they've found?
It feels like it, and not one that's instantly traded, potentially, but then Alpha's on the case. A little bit of a follow-up from Chronicle here, but he's gone down. EG going to be winning out the brawl here. Leaving just Boaster alive. Demon is low, so there's a real possibility on that. The follow-ups get very, very tricky here. Jorgamo already taking a lot of space away. It's going to be very tough for Boaster.
Jorgamo hear him?
I think Boaster seems very
Yeah,
aware.
Boaster's got the awareness that Jorgamo might be there, but Jorgamo's not caught him slip through. I mean, I'm worried if he's given the plant, honestly.
Same. Easy to underestimate Boaster, but certainly been doing well for himself here. He's given a lot of time to play with, too. Ideally, in like a 1v3, you want to find that pick, right? If you can get one, suddenly becomes game on, but being given that chance, very unlikely. And he's toying with them, drawing him in towards that B. And he's nowhere there. I mean, just popping down in a smoke on C, he's keeping him guessing.
He's got plenty of time to play with as well, and EG aren't going to expect him to have made this much progress.
Yeah, you can see where they're pinging.
Yeah, I was going to say, Boostio
30 seconds.
didn't cast a slip through spawn either, but going to be close enough potentially here to hear if Boaster does make a step. Yeah, they're clearing back towards 8.
Yeah, I think this might be...
Overcooked.
Yeah, the timing, the window of timing's closed for C. Now this isn't bad though. Missed that chance. Okay, Boostio's got it. That's 2. Just off on the timing there. Best he could achieve, obviously. Second round for EG. They got ults.
Yeah, Fnatic have basically been able to buy from like round 7 onwards in this half though, so
One enemy remaining.
I still feel as if bigger picture-wise. I mean, look at this. They've won a round. Look at the energy in the player cams.
Yeah. He's getting a little pumped up here.
Deflated in the EG camp. You can see on their faces, Lauren.
Straight in. Demon 1 needs this. Jorgamo's in a whole lot of danger. Lovely work from him. Oh, but the spray's still going to catch Demon 1, but Jorgamo at least free of that. We'll be able to find a trade. That's caught so many players out already. Boostio suffered for that one. But again, eyeing up B, they're still taking that mid-progress. You've got Alpha holding the flank, holding that extremity, making sure no one gets too far ahead. There's that first sign of intent towards B, at least, obviously, taking down the turret.
Fnatic once again going through the motions though. Step by step through the protocol list. Ethan's going to have his hands full. Does have a flash here. I'm curious of when he invests that. Potentially behind the poison orb now. Yeah, it's going to come through. Will catch. Information here, but I don't see anybody from EG moving yet.
Yeah, maybe a little nervous to leave anyone isolated, but again, this is a lot on Ethan's shoulders.
Same committed position you saw Boostio in as well.
Yeah,
a problem being Boasted, yeah, he's
selling.
Yeah,
he's selling it really well as well. Just maybe denying that TP from Jorgamo, a little bit of contact towards main. It's kept the players there, but they need some support here. Ethan is desperately trying to play his life. A little bit of help comes in, but mistimed on that. Spotted again. Chronicle closing the gap now. 77 HP. He's still coming out on top of this one. Closing down. Yeah, Leo's got him dead. Ethan didn't have a leg to stand on in that. The support was so far away. 10 seconds, but it's fine. They've got a plant coming in. Com getting a little bit deeper, but did he get noted? Did he get hurt? Next time around, there's so much util. Yeah, I feel like they may know.
Lockdown comes through though. Chronicle, does he get aggressive behind the divide?
Temptation, surely.
Com's not expecting it.
There he goes. Bye-bye, Chronicle. And now they need to get towards that spike. Can they get this defuse going in time? Boaster the first one to try and find the challenge on it. Leo sprays in. Boaster's got the defuse down. And now just Boostio. He's found Boaster. He ain't gonna find any more. Fnatic, double digits on first half.
Not too far away from the 12-0 scoreline we saw versus Paper X, but once again, a masterclass in execution. Like I said, this comes down to, this composition just doesn't suit the success or the win conditions we've seen EG employ time and time again here in Tokyo.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see EG really plateau on this map. Fnatic showing that dominance we expect from them, but let's see what the desk expected of that first half.
Thank you so much for that. Yes, wow, what a rattling first half for Evil Geniuses and an incredible half for Fnatic, illustrating why they are one of, if not the best of the best in the game right now. But something to really note, I think, at the beginning of this was, it was very evident. Hypak mentioned a few times, Boostio really struggling to get something going here. You could definitely tell that this composition is really messing with his head.
Yeah, he's getting caught in gravity wells, getting caught by prowlers, and we talked about how important it was that EG got the snowball going, getting pistol, getting bonus. That was all Fnatic. So he dies round 1 first, dies round 3 first, then that manages to generate ultimates. He dies round 5 first, dies round 7 first. Like every crucial round where the economy was the same between these two teams, Boostio got caught out, was the first pick, all the Killjoy utilities gone, and it's over. Yeah. It's literally over.
I mean, once you get the Fnatic war machine going and they can start snowballing, picking up the orbs, they get free space towards areas. I will say, I mean, we could talk for days as well about the kind of macro ideas that Fnatic had going in, because they were playing them like a fiddle in terms of the positioning early on in the map. But really, the big sticking point is that Boostio was struggling. And I think, again, that conversation topic we brought up at the beginning of this series, just before it really kicked off, was the inexperience difference. That was the biggest takeaway from both of these teams as they were clashing. Fnatic, they've been in spots like this before where they've been down and out. In fact, they've done it in the biggest stakes in the game, in the finals of lock-in. And I think that gives a certain level of experience. Yeah, and it gives a certain level of tenure towards the players where they know what they're capable of. EG have been playing so free up into this point that it's almost like that they've... Josh, you mentioned this when we were watching the game. It's almost like they've realized where they actually are at when it comes to Masters Tokyo.
I think the realization has hit them and it's caused confidence issues. They need to get that back by playing much better in the second half, even if they don't win.
Well, Fnatic have EG right where they want them. They need only 3 more rounds and they close this out. Let's send it back over to Pansy and Hypak.
Thank you so much, GB. Yeah, I do want to kind of bring bigger context to this. When we looked at this veto, I saw this as being late benefit to EG.
Sure, yeah, you can concede a little bit in the veto.
Yes.
Not this scoreline.
But you're not, I'm going to be honest, I think there's 2 ways this goes. Sometimes
we'll
it's easier on a team potentially to lose quickly than have a drawn-out, horrific game. But then again, confidence, right? Does EG then just get shattered? That's what I'm worried about. We'll talk about that later. For now, it's a patient beginning regardless. EG are taking their time, taking a bit of a tour. Yes, progress on Jorgamo here. But Fnatic not in any particular hurry to make much happen. They have a firm lead in this, 10 rounds to their name. Could not ask for a better start for them. Doing exactly as prescribed on a map like this. Dark having to potentially respect this map, unless he's got some support.
Maybe actually some information off the back of Leo once that door drops. Not going to come through just yet though. Durka might dip his toes.
Bloody hell, it's Durka doing so much damage. Fnatic want this map done. They want to go on to map 2. They want to get out of here. They want to get to that next game in front of them. Boostio's being bullied. That's 11. That's a flawless start here in the second half.
Oh, you don't even need Leo to find you information. The crunch is perfect. You see Com Court lining up a fault line. There's nobody deep holding this smoke.
Nope.
So like Demon 1 has like a wide angle to, yeah, exactly.
Well, Marshall staying up. Sheriffs on the other side for Fnatic. Pretty juiced up bite. Not too bad. Lovely.
Alpha hit that, by the way.
Yep.
If you were curious.
Just if you were wondering, quick heal. Pit stop for Demon 1. Scary, isn't it, when Alpha's doing those sort of things?
But they note the force early on as well. The fact that Demon 1 doesn't fall to the Marshall shot there is a big indicator to Fnatic. That one not as clean.
Sitting way more passive now. Giving the reins over to Chronicle.
Blinded.
Trying to test the waters elsewhere as well.
There.
Juggermo trying to make a little bit of progress towards A here. Smoke will be noted. Leo and Dirk are still in a position to maybe do some damage on the way in. Boostio posted up in this lurk once again outside C. But 30 seconds left on the clock with a force here. You want to see EG make a decision and make it quickly.
30 seconds left.
Looks like that might just be C site.
They need to secure the site and deep.
I mean, look at the utility they have to cross.
Yeah, this is
There's
horrific.
a star, alarm bot, 2 nano swarms, and alphas here.
I feel like Alpha's gonna at least. I feel like one,
Yeah,
maybe.
you're dead.
Yeah, bye
Two of
bye,
you are
bye
dead.
bye. Welcome to the blender. Alpha teed up for success. They need to get that spike down. 8 seconds now, can't get any more. Actually, EG making a go of this
Hold
one.
up.
There's a little bit of something left in them, but Dirk has got a rifle, as does Leo. So this is far from out of the woods just yet. Both coming through from the connector side. And look at the HP. Jorgamo low, Com pretty low. It's Ethan who can really be the one to take that brunt of this.
Got plenty of time, though, for Leo to come back and clear spawn. He might just meet Com. If he continues, he's actually peeling back towards Durka.
Okay, Durka gets a clean fight on the first. No swing off it. Jorgamo not close enough. That's lovely from Com, though. Comes back around to find Durka, leaving Leo. Now 1v2, they are low. Jorgamo 25, 21 for Com. He's just not cleared the right corner. It was a bit of guesswork, but he guesses correctly for that jump through.
Plant's not good for Com, though. He has to swing off this.
He's got 2 seconds as well on the horn.
Come on.
That's up there, Leo!
No time.
Break in the heart almost. Has to back away, but very, very close.
Actually, Leo tucked into the corner. He thought he was safe there from the default plant, but lose the Bulldog as well. Yeah, this is...
That adjustment, man.
Yeah, that's a big snap.
My
This is
wrist
just
hurts.
like the most Fnatic thing you see
Yep.
on an anti. Well, actually,
Enemy remaining.
with EG Forcing, 2 people just stuck in the blender.
You
But even
can't-
after that, EG actually still, they continue to push forwards.
The fact they recovered was
Yeah.
quite impressive. You know, we wait and see. What do we have here for Fnatic, though? Guardian, Alpha, Sheriff, and a Ghost. Okay, so not masses, but a stack. So can they get a little chaotic?
Toxin screen down.
It looks like EG might be aware of this. Look at where they're sitting on the other side. Have an indicator given off the back of maybe the smokes. A little bit of pressure coming through. Oh, God. Oh,
He's
God,
just
the
giving up
timing!
the angle.
Spike down. Attacker spawn. I got the spike.
The timing on that, man. What are you meant to do?
I mean, they're swapping Spike.
Yeah.
It's just heartbreaking to see some of the situations EG find themselves in the opening map of the series as well, no less.
Yeah. Rattles you. One small benefit. Yeah, I guess those rifles aren't so easy to get into hand, but they're down to 50 seconds and they're so split across this map.
Doesn't matter. You almost favor the numbers of Fnatic with how they've already
Yeah.
rotated preemptively here.
It's not
Demon
particularly
1 can't,
clean.
yeah, can't pin him down. Not noted as of yet, though.
Oh,
Chronicles won a classic versus a Vandal 1v1.
30 seconds left.
Get me
He's
out
got a
of this
snake
map.
bite.
Get me out of this
He
map.
can slow it down.
Oh, dear. Okay, Oh, this is horrible.
Somehow.
This is horrible. Oh, no! This round is nightmare-worthy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah. Fair play. Yeah.
It's a Prime Gaming flawless. With classics and a Guardian.
Oh, dear. Wow, talk about confidence and mental.
What were you talking about? You talking about rip the Band-Aid off, right?
Yeah, mate, just get out of it quick.
If you know you're going to lose, you
Just-
play the long game on the veto. Doesn't really matter what happens here.
Yeah, don't worry about that. See, they're fine. Definitely didn't. Oh, it's
That was
horrible.
really uncomfortable viewing.
Yeah, that's very unpleasant.
Let's
Well.
bust them out.
Well, here we go. Let's, oh, God. 12-3. Fnatic are making themselves look like, of course, as always, the team to beat. Durka, they're so blind. And they're still winning the fight, apparently. That seems unbelievable. Oh, they want it over and done with, and it almost is.
Durka just keeps pushing. He's laughing on the player cam. It's just
Oh,
Boostio
no.
left, Sheriff in hand. Before a Fnatic to find, Durka seals the deal on a 13-3 to open this series, Lauren.
Yeah, this one is looking very good for Fnatic.
I do want to come back to it because I do think it's an interesting discussion that you started with the veto, with how they look at this, and we were trying to predict this yet. We were even trying
I know,
to
we were having a
get
chat.
some leaks from
Yeah,
Potter,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like,
She
yeah, you
gave
guys
us
are,
nothing. She
you
gave
guys
us
are
nothing.
surely banning Brian, right? And
Right?